Okay, the first technique that we're going to do is a solid color application to the nails, which is very similar to a polish application. And then we're going to go in and put another color in, blend it up into the color and give it a color blend. You can see on this tip that I have right here, this is the technique we're going to employ. We're going to give one solid color to the nail in a pearl red, and that can be used instead of putting a solid color polish on. And then we're going to make it a little fancier and give a color blend, which is true airbrushing, giving that subtle gradation that you can't get with a brush. Now I'm going to ask Claudine to hand me her hand here. She's going to help us with the nails. I've already applied a prior coat of a crystal base coat. And the reason I did that is just to kind of neutralize her own natural color underneath. We're going to apply, just so you can see how to put the base coat on. And you always want to use a base coat underneath your color. You're going to apply the base coat evenly to the nail, and then you're going to take the brush and go around the perimeter of the nail, encasing it with that base coat so that we'll be able to apply our polish right over the top, our paint, and then we'll be able to seal it in. And I got a little bit on the side here, so I'm just going to wipe that off before we get started. All right, then we're going to take our paint. You want to be sure to shake your paint very thoroughly and mix it up real well before you put it into your airbrush. And we're just going to need about a drop of color for each nail that you're going to do. Just drip that in. Got a little on the side there, so I'm just going to wipe that off. Always test the airbrush off to the side of your work before you go to the nails to make sure you're loaded with color and it's spraying the way you want. Then take the client, and the way I shield her other nails is by putting her nail in the center of my hand so that I don't hit the work on the other side. You can even spray a little bit on your own hand right here so that you can see the color's right, the color you want, and it's coming out the way you want, and then you can go to the nail and just evenly go up and down, loading the color on. And if you overshoot, like I overshot just a little bit there, you can just push down on the trigger and blow some air. Just give it a small coating and move on to the next nail. Lay it down real, as powdery as you can. Try to not let the color get wet. And it doesn't matter which direction you go in. You can airbrush coming straight up and down, from side to side, around the nail, whatever works to get the color onto the nail evenly. See how I'm always shielding the other nails with my hand. At this point, it's not that important because we're spraying the same color on all of the nails. However, it's a good habit to get into, doing it always the same. Now you can see we're getting a little bit of color onto her skin as well as my own, and we'll just wash that off at the end. I'll show you how to do that. If you really have a problem where you're spraying way up the finger, you're going to want to put your own thumb here to block it. Now I'm just going to move on and spray the rest of these nails. I got a little bit of a run there, but we'll just spray over it and dry it in. Since it's a solid color, it's not as much of a problem because it'll blend right in. However, if I'd shot that much earlier on, we would have a problem. Okay, going back to where you started, I'm going to lay down some more color. Be sure to get along those sides and all the way around the cuticle in the back. Even it up. And it's good to make 2 passes over the nail to build up your color. And when it looks the way you want, or actually the way the client wants it, then you've got your solid color application. There you go. If all I wanted was one color, I would just go ahead and bond this now, clean her cuticles up, and then go to our glaze. Since we're going on to a color blend, I'm going to clean out my airbrush. Just rinse the pearl red out. And then I'm going to load up with white. And we're just going to give her a little mist at the edge. Just the littlest bit of color. So I don't need quite as much paint. Just a couple of drops, maybe 3 or 4. You always work at the outer angle. It's more complementary. You always want to do a diagonal on nails or up and down. Never cut it in half. That kind of shortens the length of the nail. And I'm just going to hit that outer edge and lighten it up with a little bit of the white paint, just like on the tip that I showed you in the beginning. All right, we're going to go back. Now, for some clients, this would be enough of a distinction. Some people want more of a difference. We're going to show you just a little bit of a deeper color here on the edge. And notice the nice diagonal I'm going, which gives her nails, or lengthens her nails, the look of her nails, which most clients like to have. It's this soft blend of color that most clients are seeking or looking for when they come into you to have their nails done professionally. They can't achieve this. There's no way they can do this with polish or even paint that would be brushed on. Then all I do is take one quick look to see if the color is even. Check all the nails. You can go in and touch them up just a little bit here and there. And now we've got a soft 2-color blend. You can go in and add a 3rd or 4th if that's what your clients want. And then at the end, we'll show you how to glaze this and clean it up. Now let's go on to a French manicure.